Waiting can cost you money or save you years, and most people don't realise which one applies to them. Welcome back to Milesh and Sadie Property Talks. This is Series 4 and it's titled What Would You Do? I'm Sadie. I run Sadie Pizzey Interiors. It's a design studio and we specialise in renovation and construction projects, and we work in the residential, the commercial and development sector.
And I'm Milesh, a property developer, strategic advisor and founder of The Property Edge. I help investors, developers and business owners make better decisions when it comes to property, whether that's structuring deals, growing portfolios, solving challenges or creating long-term wealth.
And in this series, we are breaking down real life dilemmas, the kind of decisions that people get stuck on. We're talking it through and we're exploring what would we actually do.
So today's question is, should you buy now or wait another year? So I get this question a fair bit. As I'm sure you'd imagine.
Yeah, 100%, particularly at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it varies as to who. A lot of people who are looking to start out will say, do I buy now or should I wait? Those that have been in the game for a little while, again, with the way the world is at the moment, there is a little bit of turbulence, I think it's fair to say.
Just a bit.
So it's a common kind of question. So over to you for the answer.
No, I'd like to know. I'm like, yeah, so what's the answer?
What's your view on it? Give me your view and then let's see if you tick all the answers.
Okay, so as a developer right now, as a developer right now, I think, gosh, it feels like a really tough time. And I know you're going to say that the deals are still out there. I'm predicting what you're going to say, as long as you do your due diligence, because the bottom line is people still have to sell. So properties, there's still a rotation, but it's harder.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
I think, that is fair. I think, yes, there are opportunities out there. You need to work harder to find them. But should you look harder now or wait another year? So if we just kind of say, okay, well, what are the disadvantages and advantages of buying now?
Yeah.
Actually, if you buy now, there is a lot of nervousness in the market and people are moving when they have to, not when they want to. So again, that reduces kind of the numbers of properties potentially available. So that could bring opportunity.
Yes.
In that, yes, you've got to work harder for it. But if you are in the market looking for opportunities and people are selling because they have to sell, there's usually a reason for that. And if you can just understand that and tap into that, then maybe there's an opportunity that can create a situation that is good for both parties, which is what we want to do all the time, right? If you then held off for a year, because then the classic one is interest rates. Oh, the interest rate's going to go crazy, and they are crazy at the moment. And maybe in a year's time it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. But a couple of points on that: if you've got a deposit ready to go, what's that deposit going to earn you, growth-wise, between now and the next 12 months?
Okay.
Versus you getting in the market and getting going on a deal. Now, if you're looking to flip a property, market certainty is more crucial. However, if you're doing a development, then the life cycle of a development, given the timescales involved in buying, doing your build out and then put it on the market, it's 12, 18 months, I'd say, best case scenario.
Okay, but in those 12, 18 months, potentially the market could go down.
Yeah. And how hard could it go down?
Yeah. So that's the worry on
that's
the flip.
Yes. However, what's the worst case scenario? What's the market going to realistically do in a percentage form over the next 12,
I don't know.
months?
I've got no idea. What is the worst case?
Well, if you look at the past,
and
you look at the history of all of these things that have happened and known and unknown stuff that's gone on, the market has tanked for a period of time, but by how much? 5, 10%?
Oh, right. So
maybe.
That much.
Even if it's 15%.
Yeah, okay.
So then what do? You factor that in, due diligence, and make sure that your worst case scenario bakes in that potential downfall in the market further than what it is today.
Yeah.
So that then means that the deals that you're looking for are going to be harder to make them fit
Yeah.
from a numbers perspective, but it does help you to eliminate some of the risk of what the market may or may not do in that time.
So basically, you've got to find a deal that is 10% below market rate now.
Yeah, if you want to get started now, particularly if you've got a deposit sat in the bank that's earning you 2 or 3% versus getting a rental going. Yes, you're going to need some money, but if you're in the deal for that period of time, then at least your money's invested and started working for you.
Yeah, I hear that. And you're saying it's obviously a lot harder to find these deals. So what sort of advice would you give someone who is new, who's trying to source these deals?
So I would say there's no one magic bullet, silver bullet, whatever you want to call it. Where previously you'd say, okay, go online, look offline, build relationships with agents, look at sourcing agents, try and do a bit of direct to vendor. So know what you want and go and try and find that directly, networking. Before, you could probably say a couple of those and you'd be fine. Now, my view anyway, is that everyone needs to know that you're looking.
Okay.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
And so don't shut down any sources of deals coming to you, and just focus on sourcing agents for a minute. Sourcing agents have a bit of a stigma. So a property sourcing agent is somebody who will have the relationships with the agents. They'll understand the area and they'll be looking for opportunities to sell to investors, essentially.
Okay. Yeah.
So they'll present you with a deal. It's then down to you to do your due diligence, obviously, qualify the deal, qualify the numbers. Then you make a decision on whether you want to go or not.
And what are you losing if you use someone like that?
Bit of money.
Like, is there a percentage you pay? How does it tend to work?
It varies.
Right.
Some do it on a fee, like a pound fee. Some do it on a percentage fee, depending on their opportunity and the size of it and stuff like that. So there is a bit of a stigma with sourcing agents. However, my caution with working with sourcing agents is you need to do your due diligence even harder than you would if you found it yourself. Now, that's not a negative.
I would have thought it was the opposite.
You would.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's your money that you're parting with.
Yeah, okay.
And so, yes, they're bringing you the opportunity. You still need to do all the checks and balances and due diligence that you would do normally and probably go that extra step. So I know people who have bought just by receiving a pack and they've put a reservation fee down. For me, I wouldn't be comfortable with that.
No.
I'd want to go to the area. I want to understand more about the agents. I want to qualify their demand. I want to check the numbers.
Yeah.
I would want to speak to some build teams just to validate the numbers that I'm getting, check the finances, that what they've told you is accurate in the real world and tailored to your personal scenario for lending.
Yeah.
So all of those things, you've got to just hike it up a couple of notches in terms of just double checking.
Okay. So they're doing the legwork for you.
Yeah.
But you're still having to do the due diligence.
100%.
Are they doing any work on like the cost of renovation and things like that? Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So typically you'll get what the purchase price is that they've agreed, what the refurb work's going to be, what the costs are going to be, and what your ROI is going to be.
Okay.
Now that's based on their numbers, which is great.
Yeah.
But you still need to double check that those numbers, number one, are right and they fit in terms of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And you need to understand the area. Like I know people who will just go and buy stuff without even looking at it and it's a million miles away and whatever. That's not how I operate. So I have worked with a sourcing agent and my rule was, yes, I would reserve to take it off their lists and going out to other people. But before exchange of contracts, I will go and visit the site, look at the property, because that's when I'm legally committed to purchase.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what I'd make sure. So
how do you find a sourcing agent?
Online.
Okay.
Just Google.
And did you just interview a load? How did you kind of choose who you wanted to work with?
Yeah. So I just put it out there that I was looking to work with sourcing agents, and then you get to speak to them or make sure you speak to them, get on their mailing list so that new opportunities come to you, and then it's on you to qualify the deals and then move forward with it.
And at this particular moment in time, are you sort of saying that is an avenue that maybe people should be considering?
Yeah. So going back to that whole thing of look at all opportunities that you've got of having a deal landing in your inbox.
That's a good point.
Use sourcing agents. Do your relationship building as well. Go to networking, do online stuff, go and build relationships with agents, do a bit of direct to vendor. If you go to a property that you might have seen online, have a look in that street. What else is going on around there? Look in the surrounding area. Is there a house with a long grass or boarded up windows or whatever?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to stick a letter through the door. Knock on the neighbours' doors.
Yeah.
What's going on with this property? I'm interested in potentially buying it. And a little trick with that is neighbours will tell you everything, because they do not want a tired, rundown looking property on their street.
No.
And so if somebody's offering to pick that up and turn it around,
then that's good for them.
Then that's good for them as well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So there's loads of different avenues. In today's market, I would say don't rule any of those avenues out in terms of bringing deals in, but you've got to be really clear on your strategy, your criteria, and make sure that when that deal does land on your desk, that you know exactly what you're doing with it to know whether it's one to go forward with or not. And I've said this before, I'll say it again, not only estate agents, but sourcing agents as well. Feedback.
Oh, so tell them.
If it's a no deal, tell them why. And guess what? They're going to take that on and go, okay, when the next one lands, they'll be like, okay, because that last one didn't work, this one either will or won't.
Yes.
And it just helps you to refine.
Yeah, you're trying to funnel down, aren't you, to get the right property.
Exactly.
And
Did we go off on a tangent there?
I don't know. I wasn't quite sure what we were going to talk about. So I'm like, brilliant. Let's just carry on. What I just want to ask, though, is that is kind of on the flipping side. If you are looking to keep, I'm guessing it's maybe less of a risk right now because you're going to keep it. So how the market fluctuates is you've got your interest rates, though. Yeah.
So if you're looking to hold it, it's more of a longer term thing.
Yeah.
And one of the things on should you buy now or buying it in a year's time, there's that interest rates versus long term ownership, which is what I've just said, right? So the interest rates today are going to be whatever they are. But if you look at it in the lifespan of 5 or 10 years, if that's what you want to do with your income, your rental properties, then in the round, your ROI is not going to be too bad.
No.
Interest rates are going to go up and down.
Yes.
And there's lots of people who are saying, oh, no, rates are really bad. I'm not going to bother. Well, that's fine if your deposit money is earning you more than investing it.
Oh, okay.
So that's another factor as well. Is your money working hard for you already?
Yeah.
Or not?
Yeah.
And if it's not, then I'd be questioning why you're not looking.
Yes.
My personal opinion, always buy now.
Okay. Interesting.
It might cost you a bit more time, might cost you a bit more work to get in and find the right opportunity. But all the while you're out the market, you're out the market.
Yeah. But I liked the point about the sourcing agent, because if you are short on time, because, lots of developers are also professionals, then at least you've got another avenue, someone else that can sort of assist you.
Yeah.
It's not like you could do a total hands off, but, it kind of takes some of the load.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
But, labouring the point here, it is another way of getting an opportunity to land in your inbox.
Yeah.
So don't rule that out.
Yeah.
Ideally you want to get into the estate agent's black book. So before anything goes on the market, they're ringing you up and all that. That takes time.
But that's building relationships, and that takes a lot of time.
And I'd be saying you should always be starting or doing that no matter what. So I'm now definitely going off onto a tangent. But when I first started out, all efforts were on finding a deal. So you're doing everything you can to bring that opportunity to you. You get a deal, great. And then you're like, okay, how am I going to fund this? Have I got the funding in place? So then all efforts go on funding the deal and making sure you've got enough money and everything else. So you kind of deal finding, funding doesn't matter. Then you find the deal and then your funding goes up and your deal finding drops a bit.
Yes. It's a cycle.
It's a cycle, yeah. And then the next one happens. You're like, okay, this one's done. It's rented. Cool. Now I need to find a deal. So then all efforts go on funding the deal.
Yeah.
So the sweet spot is doing both of those things consistently and not being bogged down with the phase that you're in of that particular project.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it's then about discipline and how you're running your business.
I was going to say that's down to a process, though.
Completely.
Because I would say that's similar in even running a business like an interior design business, is that you don't want to take on clients who are all at stages 1 and 2, but you want to then make sure that when that project gets to stage 4, you've got someone coming in at stage 1, and it's that rotation again.
Yeah. So you don't want to work on a client by client basis.
No.
Because then you'll have peaks and troughs.
100%.
Similarly with deals.
Yeah.
And funding.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So time in the market. The other thing as well, timing the market is harder than timing your own life. What a statement.
What a statement. And unpack that, Milesh. What does it mean?
So predicting the market is not overly easy.
No, it isn't at all.
Crystal ball time.
Yeah.
It is not easy. However, if you're clearer on what your goals are, this goes back to your own life strategic stuff. It will be a good enabler as to whether you look now or hold off. So, for example, if you're looking for flips, I would say always look, but as long as it aligns with what you want it to do.
Yeah.
And timescales are massive. So, gone are the days, in my opinion, where you get an offer accepted today and then within 12 weeks, 3 months, you've completed on it.
No, it's so slow.
All right. And then you've got to do the build out, which takes time. And typically you've got to build in a contingency.
Yeah.
Then you've got to rent it out. Then you've got to refinance it. And refinancing process used to be quite quick. Not now.
Okay.
Selling it, again, if you're not refinancing, you're going to flip it, then put it on the market. That's going to mean it's going to be on the market for a bit. You then get an offer accept. And then I don't think 3 months is realistic as a bit of a gauge or target.
Okay.
And also bear in mind, 1 in 3 to 4 offers, deals fall through.
Yeah. So then you've got to go back through it again.
Yeah. So how do you protect yourself with that? How do you qualify your buyers? How are you working with your agents?
Yeah.
All that type of stuff.
And you've got to build in your contingency for holding the property for that amount of time as well.
Yeah, finance cost is massive, right? And I see it so much where people bake in a 12-month finance period, but actually if it goes to 15 or 18, then all of a sudden they're in a bit of a hole.
Yeah.
And then the pressure's on and
Yeah.
you might have to then take a hit on your profits.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that will give.
Yeah, 100%.
So that time in the market versus time in your own life is an interesting one.
Yeah.
And guess what? It boils down to your individual strategy and business planning and all that type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's a bit of the same of actually if you keep a property and you're living in it, some people, you'll hear people go, it just doesn't feel like the right time, we're going to keep living in this property. But actually what's the impact of that on your day-to-day life as well? Because I think people really underestimate that if a property isn't working for you, I mean, the standard is that you've outgrown it.
Yeah.
But what that does on your actual day-to-day movements of how small things like you've run out of space for all your clothes, you've had more kids than you originally had planned, whatever. You suddenly are really struggling to fit everything in, to find everything in the morning, to make your routine work well for you.
Yeah.
So there's that side of things, but there's also this emotional sort of negativity that impacts your life. And then that does impact everything. It impacts how you feel, how you show up in your work.
So true.
And actually how if you want to invite people around, all those sorts of things, you find yourself just kind of being in a bit of a hold.
Yeah, and holding back.
So it's similar to if you're doing it as a development, this being actually in a hold and not moving forward can really stagnate your life.
Yeah. Yeah. I think staying active is really, really important.
Yeah.
It's like anything, right? The more reps you get in, the better you're going to get at it.
Yes.
And so, from a personal growth development perspective of your property business, in a market like this, you are going to have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But if you continue doing that and you do it well, with time, you'll do it even better than well.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, and also that's what will separate you.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett says, observe the masses and do the opposite. That there is opportunity coming, I think, certainly with the way the world's going with Renters' Rights Act and, the landlords who have got ones and twos, as I call them, they've got 1 or 2 properties, ended up there, and it is a lot of red tape, a lot of regulation.
And they're going to get rid.
And it's forcing, I think this is good, because it's forcing landlords to treat their properties as a business. Yeah. Which I kind of talk about now and again, right?
No, I mean, you don't really mention it at all. So, but I think you're right. And I think if you get it down now, then actually when the market then flips back round, you are in a sweet spot.
Yeah.
100%. I think the other thing about this holding is when I work on projects, I tell you what doesn't go down, the cost of renovation.
Yeah.
I mean, the cost of materials has been, it was really bad over COVID, then it stabilized, and now it's really bad again. But also just the cost of labor, because the cost of living has gone up.
Yeah.
So whereas before, you'll hear people go, well, I'm just going to get my electrician because he's on a daily rate of 150. And you think in the back of your head, there's no way that electrician is now on that daily rate. And they'll come back and they go, you won't believe it, he's now double. Well, yeah, because have you done a food shop recently? It's like insane.
Literally had this conversation last night.
Oh, really?
At another event, talking to a QS.
Okay.
And he said back in the day, a labourer would be around about £100.
Yeah.
Labourers are now on 210 quid.
Yes.
And electrician, £280 a day.
Yes, 100%.
So that's exactly what you were saying, around 150 and almost double.
Yeah.
It is real.
Yeah.
It is happening. And cost of materials are really hard. That is really hard to predict.
It is. And unfortunately, like you say, because of obviously the instability of the world right now, that really is bad. But there's no way of saying whether that's going to come down anytime soon. So if you're just holding off for another year, what will that look like?
Yeah, exactly. And one last thing, I think, just on this, I think there is people wait because they're fearful of it, and they're I don't know. It just feels like waiting is fear disguised as logic a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And a few reasons for that, right? One is probably knowledge.
Yeah.
Fear of failure is another massive one. But remember, going and talking to estate agents to establish rapport and start getting deals coming to you and speaking to sourcing agents and stuff, you're not committed to anything in any way.
No.
So just keep going or just get started.
Yeah, and it might be like you say that you spend the next 6 months just looking at deal after deal and nothing is right, but at least you're looking and you're learning and you're growing.
That's helping you to qualify what you actually want.
Yeah, so true.
We've done quite a bit there.
Really, we've smashed it, I think.
So I think the short answer of should you buy now or wait another year is...
It depends on the property and where you are.
Always buy now.
Well, it depends on the property.
Always buy now.
No, it depends on the property and where you are in your life. And I think we just leave it there.
Always buy now. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so let's have a look at this week's hot seat. So we've got 25% deposit ready, but think prices may fall later this year. Should we buy now or hold off?
Oh, great question.
It is a really good question.
What's your thoughts to start with? No pressure.
Okay, I am going to say this. I think, this is what I definitely wouldn't do. I would not go, let's just put that in the bank. And you know what? It doesn't feel right now. So we won't do anything about it at all. And we'll come back and revisit it in a year. I would, as a bare minimum, be going, okay, I don't know whether it's going to work out right now, but I am going to be looking and learning all the time.
God, you're listening. Sounds like you're taking in what's being said.
Thank you.
Well
I'm
done.
a great student. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. I think staying active is really important.
Yeah.
Assuming you've done all your pre-work in terms of understanding what it is you want and everything else, should you go now or wait, right? That was a question because the market might fall.
Yeah.
What does that mean for your 25% deposit? Is it going to be 25% further down the road? Mm-hmm. Potentially not. And that's the conundrum, right?
Yeah.
So I would say if the numbers can work on the market as it is now, then go ahead. If you think or predict that the market's going to fall, then bake that into your GDV or your done up value of the house that you're looking to buy.
Yeah.
And bring that down a bit to factor in the market changing.
Yeah.
And then do your numbers. What does that mean in reality? It might mean that a deal that works in today's done up value GDV may not work after that market drop that you're predicting.
Yeah.
So you just need to work that little bit harder to go through that many more deals, that many more viewings, that many more offers to get the one that will come. And these things take time.
Yeah.
So if you start going hard now, don't be surprised if you are coming up to a year before you get that offer accepted.
Yes.
Assuming you're going with the model of buying something run down that you can add value to and then you want to refinance it.
Yeah. But if you hold off and do nothing, then you'll be starting that work in a year and you could then have another year and then your money's been sat doing nothing.
Precisely that. Yeah. and then that money's been sat there for 2 years.
Yeah.
Rather than 1 year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, always be active. If you're firm on your thinking around the market changing for the worse, then bake that in, but do not stop. So, as always, it comes back to this. Are you waiting for a better outcome, or are you just delaying a decision?
And from a design perspective, actually, the cost of renovating is significant. And the longer you wait, the more that cost could go up.
So hopefully that's given you a bit more clarity on what you would do.
And if you're going to navigate a purchase and you want support understanding how a property could work, or you're planning a renovation or development project, we would love to help.
Equally, if you're looking for guidance on the property side, strategy, deals, or growing your portfolio, feel free to reach out.
And if you have liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with a friend, and also follow us on social media. And we will see you in the next episode.